Kid Neo, and we're back with more D&D action. Fire it up. We are live.
So I'm doing the intro.
Yes.
Okay, last time our brave heroes were muddling about outside the town, the port town, and decided, hey, you know what? Let's have a conversation about our origins a little bit. They asked the mysterious waif Aslan, what was her deal and that kind of thing, and she's like, I don't really remember. Remember some things, but not a lot. Nothing pertinent. And they were like, oh well. And then a big shadow came by. It's like, what's that? And then Warkar, our people are Warkar, the Tempest cleric, and our druidic bear friend, nature. It was all about nature, and
honey.
And honey. That's we're all about the important things here. So we got our people, and then they see a huge shadow cross the land. They're like, "What's that?" So they follow it, which was ill-advised because it turns out that once they got close and they see the fell form of this dark purplish mass of evidently ungood stuff, and Warkar believes he knows what it is, and he don't like what he thinks, and he thinks it's a big F-off dragon. And that's where we meet our friends who are in the presence of a giant dragon sitting atop a monolith that looks like a D10, no, a D8. Yeah, that's. Did I do it okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, at the end of all of that, you guys heard this.
Oh, it's Godzilla! And I point in the sky.
I spent a good 45 seconds listening to clips. I was like, this seems like a good one.
Yeah. I have
and then immediately
I ruined
immediately
it.
I was like, this sounds really powerful and stuff, and I was nope.
You should know by now my wit is quite quick. It's unfortunate to those that try to get by with without me making a reference, but here we are. Anyway, so we got a dude face on the monolith, right? He's just hanging out there. He just flew in. We're still outside of town by the farms, correct? Am I muted?
Last we left our heroes, y'all were actually fairly close, having gone over there to investigate.
Did we go over there and investigate? I thought we ended right when he landed on the thing, and we were just talking to one of the farmer folks about where this lady with gray hair was or whatever, and it ended up being Aslan.
That was like a few minutes before being at what is now the lighthouse.
Okay, well, I was gonna suggest that we go. We can either A, go and check out this entity, or B, we can go and see how much the people in town of Holden Harbor are losing their shit.
You're already there.
In Holden Harbor or the lighthouse?
No, the lighthouse.
I really don't remember us going all the way to the lighthouse, but okie dokie. Because doesn't it take us a little while to get over there?
Takes you a few hours.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can vote on it. That doesn't bother me much.
Well, yeah. If we're at the lighthouse, then I guess we're at the lighthouse. But I don't remember us saying we were going there. But yeah. All right, so I want to look up in the sky at this great entity. Hello, would you like some honey?
You did not. Warcar immediately loses his crap because the bear just got its attention. Can I immediately tell the bear to stop talking?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell me whatever you want.
What I'm trying to say is oh, okay, and scene. Sir, please. Okay. Everyone calm down. Please do not try to get that thing's attention. It is, okay, so I'm sure you know of dragons. Have you seen one before?
Yes, I have seen one. It's right there, and I point up.
Okay. All right. So, dragons are, generally speaking, not amenable to company or the value of life. So, what we will do is, yeah, sure, it could be nice, but we're not going to dwell on that. What we're going to do is get to a safe distance, warn the populace of the nearby town, and try to stay away from that thing until such time as we can be farther away from it, until such time as we can get even farther away from it. Do you
For
understand?
fun, roll a stealth check, Warcar.
For fun, he says. Get that natural one. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
I have a -1 in stealth, by the way.
Sure. Just go ahead and roll it, please. That's not terrible. Where the fuck is... Where did all of my work go? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Me? No. Oh, there it is. Okay. So while you're trying to, first of all, you're not able to shut Nietzsche up in time before he is able to say stuff.
Great.
It's vaguely unimportant what he managed to actually say. What is important is that while you're trying to hushedly talk to Nietzsche and explain to him the gravity of the situation, you feel a rather powerful gust of wind. As a dark figure lands right next to you, completely ignoring both Huckleberry and Dagger, whom you were only able to see due to the flames that the dragon spouted earlier. Speaking of the dragon spouting earlier, what you would have heard in Draconic would have just simply been the name Aslan. Honey, you say? I have no need for such frivolous things. However... And he turns to Aslan. You are freshly born in this world. She looks up at the dragon. There are... It's quite large, as you can plainly see. There are also occasionally jets of purple flame coming out like the corners of its mouth. It grins at Aslan. You can be very powerful, but I can sense that this one, and he turns towards Nietzsche, has been with you for far too long. All in common, by the way.
Okay. Aslan,
Okay.
do you know this gentleman?
A name is coming back to me. Zindranth? Yes. Good. Now tell me, how close are you with this bear and this kin to my brother?
What it do?
Hold on. I look at him. You're his kin? As I look at Warkar.
This is in the broadest of broadest senses.
Incorrect!
Oh
He is
lord.
kin to my brother.
Oh lord.
Oh, so you're like a second cousin twice removed from the family.
Mm-hmm. This is my personal help. This is fantastic.
Zindranth turns immediately back toward Nietzsche after glancing over toward Warkar. He spouts a jet of flame at you. Not enough to like get to you, but close enough so that you know who's in charge, so to speak.
Okay.
How do
You
spell
will
this?
not make a mockery of me.
Oh, definitely not. I fully believe that you're the head of the household. Don't worry.
Okay, well, fuck this guy.
Excuse me, Xandarin?
Zindranth.
Zindranth. Is that with a G? Oh, I get it now. Anyway, I have a question. Have you come to take Aslan?
I have come to show her her rightful place.
Is her rightful
There-
place, and I want to point at the new lighthouse, is it within that thing?
Not necessarily, but it is as the commander of the powers contained within. And he looks toward Aslan again. As one of the rulers of this world. I'm sorry, but I think you have. And Aslan stops there. You glance, you look at the two of them, and in the rather dim light, and during the little flashes of light that you see, that when Zindranth spouts small jets of flames, you see that both Aslan and Zindranth seem to have locked eyes, and they seem to be sharing some sort of moment as they stand there.
So they're just kind of sitting there staring at each other?
Yes, and into each other's eyes.
Do I notice Aslan's, form change at all? Like, does she look like her eyes are glossing over and being mind controlled or something like that? Is she drooling?
You look at Aslan and roll a not perception, insight check.
Oh, my character sheet closed. No. Perception. Here it comes. Here it is.
Do you have the same proficiency on perception as in insight?
Oh wait, no, it's a -2.
On insight?
Well, compared to my perception, it should
Oh,
only be 5.
so you would have rolled a
plus
12.
A 12, correct.
So you look at Aslan. You don't notice anything like her eyes glossing over or her starting to drool. You, as far as you can tell, she's not being brainwashed or anything like that.
Okay. Aslan, are you still with us?
Yes, he's talking.
Telepathically?
Yes.
We're right here. Jesus Christ, you don't have to.
Do you understand now, Aslan? What if I don't want? Doesn't matter. This is your destiny, and
Her body, her rule, buddy. Come.
as it turns out, it doesn't need to be you personally. But, and he looks towards Nietzsche and Gorkar.
Oh, yes. Hello.
These two seem to be your friends.
I met her like a week ago, but okay.
You met her approximately 5 days ago.
Is your world, does it use the 10-day calendar? Or is it a normal 7-day calendar?
That's a normal 7-day.
Okay. Noted.
So, like a week ago is accurate enough, I think.
Actually, wouldn't it be 4 days ago? Let's see.
Well, it took us, I believe, 3 days of sailing to go down to meet that ship, and then that would mean 3 days of sailing back. And I don't
Okay, like
remember.
half a week.
3 days ago. Okay.
I met her like 30 days ago, but okay, sure.
I would say that she is a friend, yes. And I would like to keep it that way as I look and smile gently at Aslan.
Looks at you. You can tell very plainly that she's very, 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 very uncomfortable with literally everything that's going on and the implications
Hey, me
that
too.
she knows that Zindranth is making. If we can spare them, and then you will come with me. And she looks at Nietzsche again, and Warkar. For fun, let's go ahead and have both of you make perception checks. Alright, cool. So, in the dim light, with the flashes of fire that come from Zindranth, you notice, as Aslan is speaking, there are what appear to be tears starting to form in her eyes. You can tell that she feels as though she's going to have to say goodbye.
With those tears in her eyes, I would like to reach out my paw and put it on her shoulder. I understand this is tough, but don't worry. We will try our best to find you. And I'll bring honey.
Come, Hazelit. And she steps sort of on to his leg, or his trunk, and she holds on a little bit as Zindranth picks her up and gently puts her on his back. You see them take off, and a few great flaps of his wings later, Zindranth and Aslan are both on top of the Hedron again. Or, well, not again for Aslan, but...
As they're flying away, all hail Daenerys, breaker of chains! Also kidding. I just had to make a Game of Thrones reference to that.
Yeah, no, we got it.
Yes, we know. Anyway, they are on top of the Hedron now. You can still, at this point, Huckleberry is fucking running away. And in the middle of that, you hear Zindranth. Now, summon. And
He
you
said
see
submit?
summon.
Oh, summon.
You see a few
I want.
things start popping up nearby.
Can I shout something?
Sure.
I want to shout something in Dragonic.
Okay.
Hey, asshole! Fuck your mother! Does that elicit any sort of response? Great.
You yeah, you hear him laughing from the distance as more of these creatures starts rising up out of the ground. For some of the more ghostly creatures, you see them materialize rather than rise up. Dagger and Huckleberry, credit you to them, are running and sliding down this hill as fast as they possibly can. Huckleberry runs past you guys. He's gone. However, Dagger is standing there with you. I think we should go.
I agree.
I don't know to shout it at him, but
I don't think this is a fight that we can win right now. Let's leave as quickly as possible.
Yes, not with only the three of us, but I'm sure if the whole town has our back, we can do this. So, let's make way, shall we?
Sure.
as you're running away, you look back, and you do see more spawning. Just
And we're
sort of
pretty much directly underneath the lighthouse, correct?
yes. Where are you going?
Back to Holden Harbor.
Alright. So, zoom.
Alert all the gods.
Ah, what?
Do you
It's
know?
It is the middle of the night.
dragon.
Excuse me, but there's a big fucking dragon that just flew in and summoned a bunch of different undead and ghosts. You need to alert everybody now.
Everyone wake up. It is time to deal with some serious shit.
Well, look. Persuasion shark. You, you're that bear, aren't you? The one the
Yes.
people talk about.
Correct. And unless you want this whole town to die, I
Look.
suggest.
Their dragons have not been seen for centuries, probably even more. Please, it's the middle of the night.
Oh my god. This is so bad.
Is there like a bell tower or anything nearby?
You would remember a bell tower-like building near the administration section.
All right. Well then, fine. We'll go do it ourselves.
Listen, I wouldn't do that. It's kind of, I don't know, 1 in the morning. Are you like just walking past them?
Yeah,
At this point.
I'm ignoring him. And I'm not walking, I'm running.
Okay. I'm
Same.
assuming. Okay.
I rolled a fucking 2. I know I'm not even registering.
He probably doesn't even see you speak. Did you guys hear that wind? did the
Yeah,
wind
what
just
just
fucking...
came out of the giant.
So, you come to the door underneath where you see the bell hanging at the top of this tower. You try the door, and the door does not budge. It appears to be locked.
Is there... I would like to... Because the bell is seemingly, like, exposed. You just have to climb up to get it, right? Like, from a ladder inside.
Yeah, that's exposed.
I will transform with my wild shape into a spider and
Okay.
climb across the wall all the way up to the bell tower. And then transform back into my bear form and ring the fuck out of that bell.
Alright.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Easy enough. Spider's pretty good at climbing on walls.
What time of day is it? It's 1 in the
It's
morning,
in the
right?
middle of the fucking night. It is in the middle of it. So you go up to the... Yes?
Warcar internally prepares himself for some real thug shit. This is gonna be real ugly, real. Continue, thank you.
As I'm ringing the doorbell, wake up everybody! At the top of my lungs. I'll even throw in a bear roar.
Alright. So, as you do that, the bell rings, and it's very clear bell, quite large, quite loud.
Sunday Mass is beginning!
Ring 1. There doesn't seem to be much reaction. Ring 2. You see a house nearby, and there's a light that flickers on as a door opens near there, and you see Shiro running out of very quickly, might I add, just kind of panicked, running out of her house toward your location. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't actually put her token there. It is in the images. Anyway. What are you doing?
Shiro, please listen. There's a whole army of undead that's been summoned by a dragon. I understand it seems weird, but look at the lighthouse. They're practically popping out.
Persuasion.
Yay.
Incredible. You managed to get a nat 20 on something ever in your life. Very, very well, Nietzsche, but... Gods! Look, I am going to trust you for now. But the dragons have not been seen for hundreds of years, as I'm sure you would have heard.
Well, fine. Don't believe the dragon part, but believe the undead. There's an army. They're over by where the lighthouse used to be.
Gods! Guards. Guards.
All of it.
Oh.
Call the guards, yeah. Bring them
There's
in.
her token. Or the fact that she's huge.
Yeah. She's not a Goliath.
You see
Or is
a
she?
number of very tired guards coming around your general vicinity. Exist. A token.
By the way, I have not stopped ringing this bell.
Oh, it was just lagging. Okay.
Yeah.
Nature! Stop!
Keep going!
As she says stop, I ring it one more time and then I put down the rope.
More and more guards.
We need
There's just this-
defensive positions on the wall now.
There's just this whole ass contingent of guards right now. You heard the bear! Defensive positions now! I'll explain later! Yes. They do all in fact go there to the defensive positions. Do you go with them?
First, I want to go up towards the gate over here, and I want to alert all the guards and tell them all, bring all of the civilians outside of the gate inside the gate, please. Otherwise, they may die.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage because you just sort of told them that the civilians are going to die without giving a reason. So those two guards, they look at you like, good one, Nature. And they knew who you are, and they're just like, why would the people be dying in the middle of the night?
Because an undead horde is coming to eat your souls.
Didn't you guys go to take care of that from the lighthouse? The
We
skeletons
did.
should be dead.
They
And
were.
what?
They came back.
They missed a few.
Now we had Huckleberry.
Huckleberry's
making
useless.
There it is. Well, you're not wrong. Guess.
Fine. I will go from door to door, and I will smack the shit out of each door. Wake up, everybody! It's time to go.
All right. So, the first few times, you're just gonna do this like pretty much systematically to everywhere that hasn't had people come out of it yet.
Correct.
Okay. So, you do this. You're banging on all of these doors at like, it would be about 1:15-ish a night, something like that. The first few doors you go to, a few disgruntled old men and women come to the door, and they look at you like, nature, what?
Please, you have to listen. I can't explain now, but Shiro has ordered everybody inside of the gates. There is trouble from the lighthouse.
Shiro? Okay. Where?
Just get inside the gates and find some place to hold up. If you can fight,
Alright.
we need you to weapon up.
So this would be in the shanty part of town, out
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah, everybody that's outside of town, I want to make sure they all get inside of town.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
I think I will be helping with that, trying to go door to door with.
you're able to do that. Takes about another 15 minutes before word of your passing sort of echoes through the shanties. It comes to a point where, as you're knocking, fewer and fewer people are actually answering the knocks, and you can tell that they have already evacuated, or I guess taken shelter, more like inside of the walls.
Beautiful. Well, Varkar, shall we join them at the south portion of the wall?
Yes, I am as amped up as I will get. This is going to be the best, worst day of my life.
Can't your god, like, cast lightning on them or something?
Sorry, repeat that.
Can't your god cast lightning on all these undead or something? Make it a little easier.
Yes, I am currently working on that. Don't worry. I am on that portion of it. We're having a conversation right now.
Very good.
You guys see me praying my balls off over here, right?
I'm reading it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Ready to Die by Andrew WK is running through Warkar's brain right.
Okay. So you guys are going back to that wall where all the other guards are, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. We're pretty sure they're going to be coming from that one direction, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
pretty sure. That's the road that you keep going on. That's the easiest way to get to and from the lighthouse. So you make it back over there, and Nietzsche, where is the lighthouse?
See, I told you. The undead are coming.
You look into the distance, and you, in fact, do not see any sign of the purple glow that you were able to see before. Is there anything you would like to do before impending?
Perception check.
You would like to make a perception check.
I want to look around because I feel as though there might be something that I'm. Is this a "Are you sure" situation? What's that?
I don't hear Martin anymore.
I had to do it.
Oh, Martin.
Yep.
Oh, he's coming back. Martin,
Oh, did I disconnect?
you did. So all we had last was you asking what he was looking for.
I asked him to make a perception check.
Yeah, I was thinking of making a perception check. I can do that now. I just want to make sure that okay. Doing it now.
All right. So you look around, and you see the guards in their defensive positions. They're all holding shields and in like their uh weaker arm, I guess. Not dominant. I don't remember what the word for that is. Subordinate arm, whatever. And in their dominant arm, they are all holding crossbows. You see scattered around on the walls, torches lighting up the general area. In the distance, you look, you squint, and your Dragonborn eyes cannot really make out anything. There's no purple glow. You don't hear any sort of marching happening, only the faint rustling of the guards' armor near you. Occasionally you hear a sniffle, and about an hour of this passes.
Can I look up?
Yeah, we look up. The sky
Okay.
looks the same.
All right, I guess.
There's a little bit of mixed emotion as the guards start. Shiro orders the guards to break formation and go back to sleep. Some of them are elated that they don't have to deal with a horde of undead. Others are more annoyed at the bear and the blue dragonborn that have been the cause of breaking their slumber. In the distance, as they're all going away, you faintly hear a laughter. Well, this would be coming from the north-ish, but like fairly far away sounding. Like
I
past
look-
the walls of the city.
If I look over that way, would I see a giant fucking dragon?
Roll a perception check. It's the middle of the night. So you look that. So as you hear the faint laugh, you snap your entire body around to look in that direction, and what you see are stars and the occasional cloud floating by. There doesn't seem to be any sign of purple, any sign of a dark silhouette, or any sign of your good friend Aslan. Town, while it was aroused for a short while because of your antics, have been fairly quickly quieting back down. Well, Nietzsche, I'm sure you had good intent, but we've been here for quite a while and there's nothing.
Nothing yet. The worst is yet to come. Find Huckleberry, he'll tell you.
Yes. Where are they?
Huckleberry. You there! You there! Go find Huckleberry. I'm sure that he's sleeping off a good drink in the barracks somewhere.
Wake his bitch
Yes,
ass up.
ma'am. As one of the guards, both of the guards, by charge off. Barrack. Well, 30 minutes pass by. Both of you are getting increasingly more tired, and they come back. And with them, you see Huckleberry. He does, in fact, look drunk out of his mind. And he is saying words like, he's like laughing. Like you would expect someone who has just seen an ancient creature and is not very competent himself to be. He's spouting words like, he sounds like, it's a dragon, and
Oh, good God.
the two guards have him like by the arms as they drag him. I guess they would
You had one
here.
job, you useless shit.
And you see him, he's like sort of, his knees are on the ground. The guards have him holding him by the arms. It's not as though the guards have pushed him to the ground. It's more like
He can't stand up on his
he's
own.
been dragged here.
Yeah.
Huckleberry! Huckleberry! And there's a moment in time where he's very surprised that he's just been smacked in the face by Shiro, of all people. What? A dragon! I saw a dragon!
See,
What?
He may be drunk, but he saw it too.
I could understand. This is. I speak directly to Nietzsche. These will not help our case. He's not exactly a reputable witness in this case.
That may be true,
okay,
but Shiro, does he drink on the job?
Where's that wolf thing that we saw?
Dagger has run off. You do not know where.
Right.
He gave him an easy position. We haven't been as, say, strict as we should be with his habits.
Great.
Nonetheless, there's doesn't appear to be a threat. She looks toward the horizon. It's just really disappointing and unfortunate that we do not have our lighthouse anymore. It's like I'll have to employ some people to build a new one.
Yeah, you would
Somewhere.
do that. Question: when does sunrise around here? Like 6, 7, 5? What?
It should be another couple of hours, if that's before the first lights of morning start.
Okay.
Well, Shiro, I do apologize for waking up the whole town and getting everyone ready. But you do have to believe me, the undead have come in a mass number. They may not be ordered to come to Holden Harbor just yet, but they are close, so we need to be on our guard.
You'll be sure to increase the host around here. I'm sure you have had a rough night, and well, for some reason, Gustok's tavern is empty. Perhaps you can find a place to rest there.
Very well, we appreciate it. Well, Walker, shall we go get some rest then, since it would seem that that undead army does not have any interest in Holden Harbor?
This will be the lightest rest I've ever had, but yes, sure.
Well, there's really nothing else we can do until we've got some rest, so.
Yeah, sure.
Worst
And
case
hey,
scenario, we'll wake up to the screams of all the villagers.
exactly. See, this is why we're friends.
Well, we'll head to Gustax. Open the door if it's unlocked, and then find a bed to sleep in.
You go in. You approach Gooseock's tavern, old tavern. The first thing you notice is that the door is actually open.
Uh-huh.
Not really so much that someone has been recently gone through it, but more so like the wind has blown it open and someone didn't
Oh, wow.
was not thorough in closing it. So you go in. There are a few mice around. You notice as you presumably light something to see. They skitter off into who knows where. You go, you find your bed that you previously slept on. I'm assuming you show Warkar where to sleep.
Yeah. I would just tell him pick whatever room suits his fancy.
Yeah, he'll post up wherever.
So this is where I'll be sleeping, and then you sleep wherever, and worst case scenario, I'll open every door to find you.
I will not be far.
And then if you do wake up before me, don't go too far, and I'll just meet you in the room, main room of the tavern. Sound good?
Warkar probably won't take off his armor. He'll be very uncomfortable. Actually, I guess he'll take off a lot of it, but he'll have prep time in the morning.
All right. So you take off pretty much most of your armor, but like just enough so that you feel like you could block a surprise incoming attack fairly reasonably.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Anything special you're doing, Nature?
I just want to cast Goodberry before going to bed,
As you do.
and then go to sleep and do all that fun stuff.
All right. So, you wake up in the morning. This to the sound of people talking. The sun has risen, and as time passes, you hear more and more people talking outside. Not necessarily like outside the tavern per se, just in a general sense. You're able to hear some talk from some of the more gravelly voices about more groggly sounding voices about something about danger or being woken up in the middle of the night by a large bear.
The Dragonborn.
A blue dragonborn that they've never seen before.
Today, this is how I die.
They, whenever you hear any of these, the immediate response is, "Wow, bear, nature, dragonborn. Wonder who that is." Otherwise, no one pays attention to the tavern. No one opens any of the doors. No one knocks. You don't hear any skittering of mice. As far as you can tell, the world still spins.
Well, that's good. Excuse me, has nothing happened since everyone went back to sleep, I'll talk to whoever the closest person is.
So you go outside.
Correct.
Well, these people have been talking about a bear that's woken them up in the middle of the night. Was that you?
It was me, yes, but I had good intentions.
I'm sure you did. And he backs away, kind of uncomfortably. You get the sense that not very much good has been being said about you.
Warcar greatly anticipated this and is thinking about ways to either get out of town immediately before they get mad enough to kill him and the bear on sight, or otherwise figure out what the dragon will do. It's internally, by the way.
A few moments pass, assuming that nature does nothing else.
Well, if they're talking shit, I would like to talk to a few of them and be like, I understand that you're probably upset with me, but would you rather die unknowing in the night or lose a few hours of sleep? Do you see the
Look.
lighthouse anymore?
Well, no, but
Exactly. Do you know why it's gone?
no.
I want to get really close to their face. An undead army has been summoned from the ancient depths of the lighthouse. And if I didn't warn you all, you'd probably be dead right now.
roll an intimidation.
Okay, pump the brakes, my friend. I'm not sure how much longer I can keep my friend here at bay, so please understand he is trying his best. Jesus Christ, you did really well on that intimidation.
The old
So-
woman,
I would also
not
cast-
old, but like middle-aged woman that you were getting up close to, sort of crumples to her knees. She's not necessarily scared of the undead, but scared of the bear.
7-foot tall bear.
Now listen, I do not mean harm to anyone in this town. So it is unappreciated that everyone is talking bad things about me. All I wanted was to make sure everyone was alert, just in case the undead came this way. As they did not, I will go investigate myself to see where they went, and if they're still there.
You need to. It's
Roham, please.
not that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The town is very upset with being woken up in the middle of the night, but
Beauty sleep is required in humans, I understand.
please don't take it personally. No one's really talked about dragons for hundreds of years, and then this bear we only met a couple of weeks ago at most just starts spouting what most people would assume was nonsense.
Now is a talking bear nonsense as well?
Our talking bear is kind of nonsense as well. That's
Well, you should
what
believe
makes
nonsense.
this more unbelievable.
Exactly. Believe the unbelievable. But do not tarnish my good name, otherwise you will have to, I don't know.
Please don't. This is not a good form of communication. I think
Look.
they understand.
We get that you're a good-natured bear, but please, nothing has happened. Just
Not yet, but keep on
You
your
won't
toes.
be- very well, nature. The middle-aged woman that you spoke to before has been helped up by a few other people. They look at you, and the people that are helping her up aren't necessarily angry or like, well, I guess yeah, angry at you or like even dismissive. They're just worried.
Let them
Have these
be.
like worried looks on their faces.
I would like to turn to Warcar. Should we go investigate where we found the dragon yesterday?
Sure. Before we do that, could we find this the wildberry again? Maybe he's less absolutely hammered, and I would like to talk to him in a more cognizant form about why he did not immediately communicate what he had seen before we got there. Then we can move on and investigate, because I would like some form of backup plan in case we do not return and this town is defenseless. Is that too much?
No, I wouldn't think so.
So are you doing that? Nature
Yeah,
and
so-
Warcar?
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
go look for Huckleberry.
Alright.
Yeah, let's look.
So you go in the general direction of where you saw the guards dragging Huckleberry for him. You ask around for Huckleberry and like, where's Huckleberry? Where does he sleep? And a few of the guards begrudgingly point you in the direction of the barracks that he sleeps in. You walk in there and you see Huckleberry passed out face down on the ground.
Ugh. Is there any water nearby?
You notice a sink.
All right. Is there like something I could fill with water?
You do notice containers
Okay,
of
I
the
grab
bowl, the glass, and cup variety, and also a bucket.
a bucket. I grab the bucket and I do my best to fill it with water.
All right, easy enough. The bucket is now full of water.
Okay, I throw it on this useless pile of shit.
You throw it on the useless pile of shit. He doesn't get up immediately. There's sort of a stirring from under the water. It's like,
I will druid craft to make wind blow and a breeze on him to make him colder, so he gets up faster.
You see him reach out with one of his arms toward one of the beds, presumably to try to snatch up a blanket.
I will go and snatch the blanket away from him. Huckleberry, wake up.
What?
We need to have a quick conversation in Ray, the giant fucking dragon we all know we saw last night.
Dragon. You had that dream too.
Oh fucking god.
It was not a dream, friend. It was real.
Okay, again, you are useless. I hate you. If I did not literally have the biggest of fishes to fry, I would consider beating the shit out of you right now. Sorry. Nature, this was a mistake. I apologize. Let's just continue with our investigation.
Was it black?
It was.
Yes, it was black.
Purple flames?
Correct.
Yes.
And
You
it was
see him.
huge.
You see him, like, flip over onto his back. Still soaking wet because of the bucket of water that you tossed on him.
Makes sense.
And he's, like, looking up. He's face up. His eyes sort of, like, flicker open. And then a few moments pass while he's staring at the ceiling, just like... And then, suddenly, like... just this shot of clarity enters his eyes as he flings his eyes wide open and he sort of literally jumps onto his feet and starts packing his shit. I have to leave! This place is not safe.
Oh shit.
Well, if you're
It's
gonna...
been very nice meeting you, Blue Dragon fellow.
I walk up to this gentleman. I'm like 7'1", right?
Something like that.
I walk. Okay,
Are
so
you?
yes, I'm around 7'1". How tall is he?
That's a good question. I haven't looked at a sheet in a while. He is about 14 inches shorter than.
Great. Okay, so I walk up to him and I grab him by his scrawny goddamn neck and I lift him up into the air. It's a strength check, right?
Yeah, roll in athletics. Check.
That good enough?
Hold up.
Warcar, we don't want to kill the man.
Yeah. Warkar momentarily ignores the bear.
So you think you have like a good grip around this man's neck, but he sort of is able to slip out and hey now, I didn't ask for any trouble, but
Okay,
we will have to meet again sometime later. As he
No,
continues back in
we
his
are
shape.
having a conversation now.
What conversation is there to have? You saw what I did.
Before your cowardly little ass leaves town, you will make sure that after we leave to deal with this stupid situation, that before your dumbass goes, you tell everyone what you see, make it very clear that you are now not as drunk as a skunk, and then tell them if we do not come back in, I don't know, 12 hours to get ready again. And if they don't, well, we did our best to tell them that they're about to die. I want you to do that while we go and save all of the town's worthless lives.
Do you really think I'm going? They believe you? No.
God damn.
No one.
Okay, so
No one takes dragons seriously anymore. They don't exist. I know we both saw them, but those are of myth and legend. They won't believe me.
you don't understand this. If we do come back, I'm going to have another more strong conversation with you. And I will find you. There's no boat in this town that doesn't owe me a favor. So, or maybe you run across land. Yeah, real nice. Try to outrun all the undead that are already out there.
There are
Roll
quite a
either
bit.
you-
intimidation check.
Roll. Is that enough?
Yes. He starts trembling. He's like, fine, I'll try my best. As he puts down his bags. Very
Fantastic. And who knows?
Don't expect too much of.
Yes, and who knows? Maybe things will work out. Hell, and my point here is mostly just to make sure that you inform the town. I don't care if you run away like a coward. After that, just do this thing, and who knows, maybe we'll all survive. You have fun. I'm going now. Warcar storms out.
Alright,
Well said.
storm out. Nature, do you follow?
Yes, because we are. And as I'm following, I'm like, you don't want to make him angry. He's really tall. I'm really tall.
Yes, I know. I've seen you in fights before, Nature. And he goes to get cleaned up and try to make himself more presentable for the masses.
Yeah, you do that.
I assume that you are now heading toward the former location of the lighthouse.
Correct. And on our way, I want to see if there's any sign of Dagger nearby.
Yes. Let's try to find that other I'm out of character. Let's try to find that other person. But let's not spend too much time because Warcar at this point is like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do my best here. I am chaotic good, not chaotic smart.
That's a good one. Remember that.
We
So-
yeah, just like look, not like actively searching for them, but just like keeping an eye out, see if maybe there's any dog droppings or wolf tracks that we could maybe see the direction, and if they align with our lighthouse goal, we'll head that way. But if we don't see anything that's like on our way to the lighthouse, we'll ignore
Sure.
it.
So you're walking away from town. The voices of the people fade as you get farther and farther away until you can no longer hear them. Right now, this one, hopefully. Wait a second. I have
You have a thing.
stuff specifically for this. Boy, we Skyrim. So you're walking back toward the path that you were so familiar, back through the path that you were so very familiar with. You look toward the campfire or the remains of it. At this point, there's no pot. That log has been moved a little bit. You can see where it used to be and where something was scavenging for the bugs under it, stuff like that. New tracks leading to and from said campfire, but otherwise nothing. You walk further down the road. Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
So you're walking down the road and you see out of the corner of your eye, you almost miss it. Both of you see some tracks that lead toward the northeast.
The northeast.
I think it was the northeast. Whatever, we're gonna go with it. That's not on the way to where the lighthouse used to be, but as far as you can tell, these would be what Dagger's tracks would look like in the dirt and or grass.
I would like to actively recall this location, where the tracks are, and look at the roll car. I believe Dagger went that way, but unfortunately he is the second priority right now. We need to make sure those undead aren't crawling around towards this direction. And if they're actually gone, we need to try to figure out where they went.
Ugh. Yes, let this. That sounds like a good idea. Warkar is a little bit emotionally drained just from having to deal with fucking Huckleberry. So that's why he's a little down in the dump.
Would you like a good berry, friend? Could bring your spirits up if you have a nice, nutritious snack.
Yes, thank you, Nisha. I greatly appreciate this.
You're welcome, and I smile
You
gently.
receive. He eats it. He feels a little better.
I eat a good berry with him.
All right. So, I assume you are continuing.
Yes, continuing to
Yes.
the location that we need to go.
All right. So, you continue back to where the lighthouse was formerly. As you're walking back, you do notice that again there is nothing in the sky. I don't have a map for this, but you notice that a lot of the previously blackened foliage and grass life around here is actually has had some life breathed back into it.
Oh?
And so, you make your way back to the area where the lighthouse was. And all you see are these two undead just sort of like walking around. The rest, you don't know where they are, but well, three undead apparently. Sort of walking around. And they don't appear to have any sort of agenda. You see various like footprints and traces of the others that seems like they went away in some direction or some form or another. You try to follow like the various foot tracks with your eyes, but eventually they just sort of fade away. Or rather, they stop without any indication of anything.
So the only undead that remain are the ones that are right here, just walking around, and the rest of them trail off and then stop. Do we see any sign of disturbed earth big enough for the big lighthouse object thingy to go back underground, maybe?
You look around and skirting the I guess keeping a safe distance from the undead. You find the lighthouse and it's still in rubble. But it looks the same as when you left it.
But all of the grass here looks kind of like it's rejuvenated.
It's starting to
with
become
life.
more green. Yes.
Walcott, do you notice this? And I would like to sort of kneel down and like touch the grass a bit. It's coming back alive. You may not understand nature like I do, but this is a very good sign. This place was dead, and now it is teeming with life. Well, besides those lifeless creatures over there.
Yeah, I was about to make a comment about that, but I get the main thrust of what you mean.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
I believe that Aslan, obviously from what the dragon had told us yesterday, she has a connection with the dragon and with that pyramid thingy. Well, I want to say that she has some sort of necromantic powers at her disposal. And obviously she doesn't understand it, and I feel that what's going to end up happening is that the dragon's going to end up unlocking her full potential and she'll lose herself to the power. And if that happens, well, she'll be able to summon more undead creatures, I bet, at will. And then we'll be in big trouble. I guess what I'm trying to say is, are you prepared to help me slay a dragon one day?
Sure, in the sense that I am prepared to die at some point. But yes, why not?
Very good. Because even though Aslan is only a new acquaintance, I am rather fond of her. She was very nice and kind.
Yeah, she seemed alright. Let us, unless we feel like killing these undead, I think we should leave and either try to find, what was her name? Shadow? Save a dagger. Yeah.
Shadow, friends are here. Friends that like cats.
What are you guys going to do?
Well,
so we should look.
Yeah, we should go find Daga.
Alright.
I'm sure eventually they'll send gods to scout this place and they'll take out the undead. As of right now, they seem to have no real purpose, so it should be fine to leave them here.
Yes. Also, there does not seem to be enough of them to, at least right now, to constitute a meaningful threat to a awake force. At least I do not.
Very correct. Unless they're all absolutely useless, they should be fine.
Let's. I had enough of a headache earlier. Let's keep that thought out of our minds. So let us find this dog person and.
Okay, so
We'll have
for
that
clarity, you would have snuck around in a similar fashion as come around like the bottom portion of the map. That's where you would be. Ish. Since you would have been at like the lighthouse. Savvy?
Yeah, that's fine.
While you're walking back, you do see this old hooded green man walking down. Is there anything you would like to do while the walking is happening? You do notice him. He's not trying to stay hidden.
And he's
Do
walking
not go-
straight towards those undead.
Yes.
I would just like to turn around and observe.
I would warn him, sir. Please, there is.
As you try to warn him, the man make a perception check. Okay. Nature, you blink at the wrong time, but Warcar, your full attention is pretty much toward this man. I mean, both your attentions are toward this man, but again, Nature blinks at the wrong time. And one moment, Warcar, you see that this old man and the undead are standing pretty much toe to toe with each other. In the next moment, you see the undead flying past in this direction. Various parts of its body sort of flying off from each other.
Goku!
The man's robes seem lightly disturbed, as if a wind had blown past him. You further watch as a similar thing happens over with this undead. It flies off. Make another perception check.
I'm going.
Alright. When this happens, you notice a couple of extra things, both of you. As far as nature, you notice that the path this man has walked, there is the grass is of a lighter color, more full, more vibrant life. Both of you notice that there is a sort of flash of lights when the man impacts the undead with his body. You're still unsure of what part of his body he's using to actually hit this thing, or if he's using a weapon, on account of being extremely fast.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing happens with this white. Congratulations. Or, actually, is that even correct? Nope,
Should be aghast.
Yeah. So, all three of those are even more dead than they were before.
Oh, wow. Work hard.
It's rather impressive.
Did you
Yes,
see
good
that?
job, buddy.
Friend!
And he starts walking towards you. He has no problem getting up the hill, and as he does so, more and more of the grass around him just sort of springs back to life. Flowers bloom of various colors. The blackness that you saw earlier fades to a healthy green. Yes, you are a bear.
Yes.
I have seen something similar before, ages and ages ago.
You're as astute as you are powerful, my friend.
You have seen Zindrath, haven't you?
Yes, the
Yeah.
big dragon.
Pleased to meet you. Well, what are your names?
My name is Nietzsche. That is Warkar.
Let's
Orkar Flukaflam.
excuse my manners. It's rude for the initiator to ask a name before introducing himself. My name is Pendrin.
I'm sorry, 1 second. I am entirely beyond niceties. Please tell us your name. Thank you.
My name My name is Pendrinum.
Pindra who?
Pendrinum.
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 And he sort of like mushes your lips together to help you speak it correctly.
Pendrinum.
Uh,
The bear snout really makes it hard.
yes, I know. I
Warkar is not afraid, but he is continuously more exasperated and emotionally exhausted by.
Excuse me, friend, but are you human?
Right now, yes.
Right
What?
now?
I am like you.
Oh? A bear?
I do not. No. I do not necessarily keep this one.
Oh, so you're a druid.
Yes, but we'll leave it at that.
Interesting. So, what is it that you're able to do that allows all this life to come back? Because I am trying to do that myself.
It's something that comes with wisdom and old age. But one day, you too may be able to bring life back into the world as I do.
That would be really fun.
Cool.
So, have you lived around here for long?
That is a difficult question.
I take it you go
Depends
from
on-
place to place?
Yes. It depends on
Where you're needed?
what do you mean by this place? And
Well-
what do you mean by for long?
Well,
But
this
I have
place, as in the
around
area, around Holden Harbor.
You mean that port city over there? And he points in the direction of Holden Harbor.
Correct.
To give you some perspective, I have seen about 2 cities before Holden Harbor's time.
Interesting. So then, what is your main goal? Do you just bring life back, or do you have some type of quest against that Xandrath dragon?
You are looking for a wolf, are you not?
Yes, you were looking for a wolf.
Come with me.
Very well.
You'll do.
So you're walking. You walk east, mostly north. Back toward, like, the direction that you saw the, earlier paw prints. And you do make your way up north. Eventually, you come across Eel River. Oh, I have to click it
Luke!
myself. Why are you still here? Shit.
I'll put myself in, don't worry.
Oh, he's huge. On the other side of the river, you do see. Not sure is this token. You see Dagger. Anyway, you see Dagger. He's just sort of sitting there. He's not like wagging his tail or anything, but he is sitting there. Has taken notice of you, and also taken notice of the man next to you, or leading you on. Eventually, I'll actually find his token.
Try to bombard players with.
Oh yeah, you
There
did
it
your
is.
thing.
Sitting there. There. Come, friends. Acquaintances.
Oh yes. Unless he wants to stop at the thing right there.
Now, fam, we're going. So it leads you across the bridge, toward Dagger. He pets Dagger's head, the top of Dagger's head, and he's like sort of like scratching behind the ears. You see Dagger, he doesn't want to do this, but you see that his back leg is in fact doing that thing that dogs do when they're enjoying something.
Oh yeah.
Enjoying being petted.
Really quick to clarify, is Dagger an actual goddamn wolf, or is this like a wolf?
No, he's a wolf.
Oh, okay. Does it talk?
It does.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so it does have word. Okay, fine. I just want to make sure it continues.
As you can see, Dagger is feeling much better.
Is that true, Dagger?
Yes.
Your voice has changed. You must have been having a really hard time breathing.
Yes. Well, it's quite nice to breathe again. And as you're like, presumably inspecting Dagger, you do notice that the wounds that he had earlier are in fact gone. And you also notice that he doesn't bear the same tinge of undeath as he did when you first met him. I was walking back toward my camp, tribe, clan, when I saw this Pendrinim. And as soon as he touched me, I felt much better. Yes. But giving life back to the undead is not terribly difficult. I am what's one might call an antithesis to Zindrath.
Well, hold on. So, you bring life and he brings death? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's
More
a
specific,
complicated matter.
I say something in Dragonic. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The man is towards you, Warkar. You have figured it out then.
Yeah, oh, good. Hello.
Hold on. As I assume this gentleman is speaking back to him in Draconic.
Yes.
Does this mean that you're his brother?
Okay, so we're going to put a moratorium on that real quick. Okay, so I need a second. Give me a second.
I knew I had this token. Have you had your seconds yet, Waka?
Sorry, repeat that. I didn't really say that. I'm sorry.
Have you had your seconds yet, Waka?
Seconds?
Yeah,
Oh,
said
were you not
Yes.
speaking in character?
Okay, so okay, yes. I have had my second. Please continue. All right. Would you like to explain, or would you like me to explain?
You can go first. I have plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay, Nature, this is a very, very, very old dragon. Kind of like the one that you saw earlier, only it doesn't immediately want to kill us, so it is better by default.
Oh.
Beyond that, I have no immediate knowledge other than the name he has given us, his obvious affinity for light and life, and I am still uncomfortable, but for different reasons. Is that a good enough recap?
Oh, yes. I figured he was a dragon after he started speaking to you in your native tongue. And I assumed that he is not an evil dragon because he brought back life to all of this forest.
Yes, well.
You have made it to where it is hard for me to hate dragons anymore.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
There are good dragons and there are bad dragons. As there
Warkar is still very emotionally exhausted.
as
Because
there are
he,
good.
on some level, he wants to believe that this guy is good. On the other hand, old dragons. If I think I understand the lore well enough. Just because they're not evil doesn't mean they're gonna be on your side. Is that a accurate thing for me?
So for future reference, I want you to forget everything you know about the lore. It's probably what the things that happen in my world are probably going to be
Completely
reasonably similar, but
different.
like it's not what I'm really pulling from.
Okay, I understand.
Some very like basic concepts such as who and what are evil are kind of similar, but it's probably best that you don't think about it that way.
Okay.
Whatever you know from previous games is different in other people's games. Same
Okay.
thing goes for my world.
Okay. Then I would say that Warkar is just generally wary of this whole dragon situation. He understands that he has some sort of very vague kinship with both this dragon and the asshole dragon, but he sees this entire situation as very disconcerting because while he understands that dragons are real because, he exists QED, he also knows that they are ancient and powerful and not to be taken lightly or taken for granted.
Yeah, you would know that from, various stories of whatever your people. Being a dragonborn. While you're mulling about in your brain, Pendrinum would have been looking around to the side, behind him, up, behind you guys, and making sure that no one else is around. Well, just one moment, please. Please, do not be alarmed.
Oh no, this is very exciting.
I will be alarmed no matter what. You can't tell me what.
Oh my god, it's a tiny dragon. Oh my god, he grew! Run! Kidding.
I'm going to run.
Oh wow, look at you. You're beautiful. No homo.
Yes, he is very fun.
Yay!
That's why I said no homo. You fuck.
Ah,
My grandmother, what big wings you have.
He flaps.
What big teeth you have.
He smiles.
What big eyes you have.
He gets real up close to you with his face.
And your claws are way bigger than mine.
Nietzsche, what do you want of your life? What do you want to do?
I would like to sit down with my legs sort of spread out. One arm crossing my stomach with the other claw brushing my chin. That is a good question, because up until recently, all I was trying to do was find my mother. But I think I have my answer already from a pirate gentleman.
Really now? What happened?
Well, back in the day when I was a little bear cub, before I could even speak, mind you, my mother and I were in our cave. We were about to hibernate, and all of a sudden we heard a loud bang. When we went to investigate, she told me to run away and not look back. She would catch up. My mother was very fast, so I knew she would catch up. But I ran for about 2 to 3 days straight, and then I finally collapsed of exhaustion, and I waited there for my mother, and she never showed up. And I would have died of starvation and dehydration had it not been for another druid folk named Crowley. He was a dwarven man with a red beard. He saved my life and taught me how to be a druid afterwards. Anyway, I would like to take up the mantle of a protector of the world tree and seek out corruption and heal it as you have done earlier.
That's quite a noble goal. Your mother, huh?
Correct. I believe she is one with the world tree now.
As he's doing his very long and drawn out sigh, he transforms back into his human form. And he's huge for some reason. I haven't changed the size of the token. Well, I hope you have or can find closure. I don't know your mother personally, but all dead things should eventually go back to the world tree. Anyway, what about you, Waka? Why are you here? What are you doing?
I just wanted to see some weird shit in the world, and oh boy, did I get it.
I'm sure you're not disappointed.
Yes, that I am not disappointed. More specifically, I wanted to see the wonders of this world yet again, and maybe see what good could come out of my journey. That is not.
I hope you don't feel too strongly one way or another about the alignment of us dragons. We're not all bad.
It's whatever, dude.
However, I have met your ancestor.
Oh boy, this will be a fun conversation. Go ahead.
As I'm sure you figured out, is a blue dragon, roughly the same-ish age as I am. Although it's been quite a while. Do you still use years?
Yeah, sure. Years is
Yes. It's you know of decades then.
Yes, I am aware of.
You know of centuries.
Yes, centuries is a lot.
Millennia.
100 years. Yes, it's a good thousand. It's a lot.
Been a few of those.
Like a
A
big.
very, very long.
Yeah. a handful of those, I'm guessing.
His name. What was it? And this is the point where you can like input a name, and decide what your ancestor dragon. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
But that's what would happen in like a video game, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you gave me like, or it's whatever. It's like I don't. Okay, so anyway, but if you want to come up with one, it's whatever.
I already have one. I was just fucking with you. His name was Zerventh.
Okay. I understand somewhat the lineage of blue dragons. I do not specifically dwell on it.
It may be useful information. Eventually.
Eventually, okay. Well, I suppose I appreciate it. What's the name again? What's the name?
Zerventh. Zerventh.
Yes, we roll the R's, I know.
Almost sounds like you're purring. Shadow, is that you?
Okay, is there anything else you can tell me about this Zervin? In case I need to.
You know how Zindranth is a purveyor of undeath. I am a protector of life, we'll say.
Cool. Yes.
Zerventh is kind of weird, if anything. How much have you had to deal with magic in the various schools?
Well, I am a cleric.
Yes, I feel that.
Oh, about that much. Mostly. Okay, so I had this conversation earlier. Fuck church. It's mostly about like understanding what these words mean and like knowing who to pray to and all that action. So it flows. It's so fun. It's different. Susano is not so much keen on the specifics. More like generally, hey, do you want to party? We party. It's fine. Does that answer your question?
Yes. It's been quite a while since I've seen Susano.
Oh, God, my God. Okay, so I honestly, this is really weird territory for me. Should I be? I'll just let this happen. Just keep going.
Yes. Without revealing too much about your god, some of these things should be left to mystery. But he was around when I was but a babe, a small dragon, a dragonling. Did you hear anything of what I said?
Yes.
No, what did you say? I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear that?
Say it again.
He was around when I was but a baby. Roughly
Oh,
is
that
what
part.
I said.
I heard that part. Yeah. So
I don't know. I guess I was expecting you to say something.
okay, no, that would blow Warkar away just as badly as it blew me away because like that means that Susano. Okay, so and scene. So what they're telling me is that when you were significantly closer to the beginning, you met my god. Oh god. Okay, so Whoa, this is really heavy? I hope you understand. I was told about my ancestor and my god in a familial sense. This is a lot of stuff, especially considering I'm talking to an ancient dragon who evidently is the opposite
Of
of
dead.
another ancient. Sorry?
They're not dead. Everyone thinks they're dead. It's weird.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I have an answer for that.
Oh? Well,
Oh,
I would like to continue to sit, but now my paws are at the end of my feet as I rock back and forth. Do tell, I love stories.
Well, he strokes his rather majestic beard for a bit. A trait you find familiar to the humans that you've seen with similar but less majestic beards in your time. Well, we don't really want people to know that we're here still.
Is there a particular
Honest.
reason?
Well, those of us that aren't blatantly evil like Zendranth, we like the peace. It's quite nice. It's much better than the constant war and confusion plaguing humanity and dragons a few thousand years ago. On the other hand, dragons like Zendranth and to some extent Servanth would like nothing more than to bring back those times and even seat themselves as rulers of the world.
Well, if that's the
got
case, and they come out and show the world that they're still around, does that mean you will retaliate and show yourself as well?
Well, shortly, yes. But there are some things that you do not probably know. I haven't really been following you guys around for the past 3 weeks or anything. That would be weird.
So you have been
I've-
following us for 3 weeks.
No,
That's fine.
I have not. I noticed that the necrotic energy from the ancient artifacts has disappeared from this place. Has moved. I did feel Zendranth moving as well. Back towards what they call the capital.
The capital of Irathil?
Ah, yes, that's the one.
Interesting. So that's probably where he has Azalin then.
You speak of who?
Azalin. Apparently she has some potential that Xandrinth wanted to awaken. So he, I guess, talked to her telepathically and probably said, if you come with me, your friends will live. Which is why we're still here.
Azalin must be one of the. It takes a moment.
Is she a dragon?
No, she's not a dragon. I'm sure you've noticed if you've been around her for any amount of time that her powers don't come from herself within.
Yeah, they came from that ancient artifact from the lighthouse.
Yes, well, There's something about that. Azalin is what we would call, Instran. Conduit in your tongue.
Oh, a conduit.
For the artifacts.
Wait, did you say artifacts? Like plural?
Yes.
So there's more.
There are quite. And you see him just sort of take a seat. He's cross-legged with you, just sitting down. From this angle, you're able to get a good glimpse or a good look at like his face. There are countless wrinkles on his form. Although those, while they do tell of his age, you are also able to tell that he is perfectly healthy. There is something about his being that sort of shines with life, as one might assume. The dagger is still there. He's laying down at this point, still awake, still attentive and listening, but sitting is kind of tight. The river rushes past. There's a few more obvious splashes. You look behind and you notice some fish jumping in and out of the river, or rather, out of the river and diving back in. There are about. We have Zindrath, Undead, Zervanth, the weird one, enchantments and such.
Hold on. Do each dragon control a certain aspect of the 8 schools of magic then?
Kind of.
So you're radiant?
No. The ones, like... I'm sure you noticed when I transformed that I'm a metallic dragon.
Yes.
Where those like Zindrath and Zervanth are chromatic?
Yes.
We metallic dragons, we have greater access to the energies of the world than they do. They are quite envious.
Interesting.
They have access, not through their own power, but through some ancient technologies. In a way, you could say that Aslan is actually almost as old as I am, but also in a way, she would not remember any of that.
Which makes sense because she had no idea where she came from. Only that she lived in the lighthouse.
And this Aslan, she was part of the necromancy one, right?
Correct.
Let's see.
So does each ancient artifact line up with the different school of magic then?
Roughly.
Interesting.
There is the School of Magic for enchantments, which Zervanth covets. There's the one for necromancy, which, of course, I'm sure you know that is now in the, I suppose, possession of Zindranth. There is a school of conjuration which is in, well, not position, but is searched for by Raizo. There is abjuration, which actually, Bedras isn't too bad of a dragon. He's just, he doesn't listen to anyone. If you see a big red dragon, just don't get on his bad side. He won't kill you, but red dragon, he might make it a little bit fun. There's also from the School of Illusion, I suppose, Seivodu. She, well, let's just say we're lucky that she hasn't found hers yet. There's also transmutation, coveted by Lazis. There is also the one of divination, coveted by Azazot, and the one of evocation, coveted by Nunilth.
So, there's quite a few dragons that are actually alive. Warcaw, can you
Yes.
believe it?
Yes. I
Is
mean,
it-
no. I mean, sure. I mean, oh god. This is
An emotional day, I
My-
understand, yes.
it's I'm past emotion. I'm purely exhaustion and exasperation at this point. But yes, this is a lot to deal with. I'm very much paying attention, and this is Warcart specifically made it clear he doesn't go to church. Anyway, keep
Has he
going.
been praying the entire time?
No. It's more like he finds all this really interesting. But okay, I have a question. Is this dragon's cadence, is that like in universe? Like how
What do you
slowly
mean?
he's talking?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, that's a thing that's starting to wear a little bit on Warkar's nerve.
Awesome.
Keep going. It's fine. This is a good RPing situation. I'm enjoying.
So, which of these dragons should we avoid if we ever come across them besides Zenran?
All of them. I'm thinking all of them. Pretty sure all of them.
Well, Raizo won't outright kill you.
Greatly
Hold
appreciate.
on. Should we just avoid all of the chromatic ones?
Not necessarily. As I recall, Vizasot is reasonable. As I said before, she is of the divination artifact, but she doesn't have it right now, or else she would be here, also talking.
Oh.
This.
By the way, the colors don't actually have any sort of connection. Which ones they
They covet?
go after? Yes.
That makes sense.
It's just kind of funny that Zindranth goes after necromancy.
It is hilarious. Yes, I'm guffawing on the inside. This is the most. My sides are split. You see my split sides.
Do you covet any of these artifacts, or do you already have one?
You watch as he holds out a hand. And you see a seed
A seed?
inside. Yes, inside of the hand. His hand's very wrinkly. Some of the skin's actually drooping a very slight bit.
Mhm.
And he mutters a word. You understand the word as Druidic or Sylvan or whatever for blossom. And
Ooh.
as he does that, both of you see green energies come from his hand and swirl around the seed, and very quickly the seed blossoms into a beautiful pink flower. We don't need... We metallic dragons have no real need for the artifacts.
Is that because you can already do magic?
Yes, we have a degree of control over the energies of the world.
Interesting. I will write that in my journal. And he'll watch me as I write in Druidic with my claw in my little journal.
Ah,
I
that's
was
quite
afraid-
something.
I was afraid that he was going to say that nature was his focus, but then that wouldn't make a lot of sense.
He reaches back into his robes and he pulls out what's the material component? A small, a sprig of mistletoe. He mutters a few words, and nature would know this one by heart. And then after a moment, there are 10 good berries in his hand, and he pops one in his mouth.
Oh, I would have given you one of mine.
Ah, that's quite all right. We may have need of them in the day. If we don't sit here all day talking.
True. Do you want to go somewhere else? Or do you want to perhaps maybe fly us all the way to the capital?
Ah, that's not a good idea.
Is it because if Zanrath sees you, you have to fight him?
It's because if too many people catch wind that we're alive, then they will have no reason to stay in hiding either.
And then they'll be open.
Yes.
Now, one final question. Since Zanrath is heading exactly to the capital of the Empire, does that mean that there are other dragons also hidden amongst the people in the Empire? At least at the capital? That maybe he's in
Probably.
league with?
Probably. I'm not really sure how they're hiding, to be completely honest. The metallic dragons, we can shapeshift. They typically, while they're more physically stronger, they have to go under cover of night.
Okay, that is very interesting.
Although, I don't know how we haven't heard of him recently. He's never listened to anything. However, before I set off, is there anything you think you need to know specifically?
These
Okay,
ancient
so-
artifacts. Oh, you can go ahead.
Okay, so those frick. What's the bad guy dragon's name again?
Which one?
The one that
The-
summoned undead army. Oh, this is so out of character. This is not in
Zindranth.
character.
Oh, that's Zindranth.
Zendranth. Okay. So does Zendranth have any weaknesses? I'm presuming that if we somehow deal with Aslan, that would cause him a blow. Though I don't want it to come to that if it doesn't have to.
As I understand it, they are connected. Perhaps not in... How to explain?
I'm all ears, my friend.
You understand that Zazalin is what influences the control of the magic from the ancient artifacts, correct?
Is it just the one or both? All of them?
Each of the conduits used on have their one artifact that they are able to influence or use, even. So Azalin only really has access to the powers of necromancy, or stuff that she can cast using those basics.
Understood.
Particularly weak spells. Any of them could cast? Like... Shatter is what it is in the common tongue.
Yes,
But
I know that spell.
others... Like... I guess... one of the many undeath summoning spells. Azalin wouldn't have trouble casting those, but... the others would not be able to cast them at all.
Interesting. Well, my question real quick, when it comes to these artifacts, is there any specific place that we should be looking for them, or is that unknown to most?
Actually, it's rather lucky for Zindrath that he found his. We haven't... At some point, we went to sleep. And then... well, we woke up and they were gone.
Oh, so you guys had them in your possession, and then all of a sudden...
Well, not possession, but we knew where they were.
Did you hide them from the other dragons?
No. Not really.
Were you
They
protecting
kind of...
them? Is what I mean.
No, we didn't. We had no... Both the chromatic and the metallic dragons are just as clueless about this happenstance as the others are.
Well, from what I understand so far, I'm guessing they literally got up and walked away. But that's just a guess. I wasn't there. I'm just a dragonborn. I'm not ancient dragon.
As far as we can tell, yes, they got up and walked away. Perhaps just because they weren't being used anymore. Well, they're not ours. We didn't make them.
Wait. Wait. Ours as in any of you? Any of the dragons? Then
That is correct.
Then who did make them?
That's the question now, isn't it?
Yes, that is the question that I just said. Okay, I get it. You're being... Okay, I understand.
I
That's
am
fine.
being mystical. just to
Yes.
see how you would react.
Fantastic. This is great. This is exactly how I thought this would go. Okay, so thank you. Is there anything you would like to know from us? Do you want our phone? Okay. Contact information.
I'm sure that we will cross paths again.
Okay. That's cool. Alright. Well, this has been a time and a half. It's good meeting a dragon that didn't want to kill us. Totally genuine emotion right there. Greatly appreciated. Thanks for healing this fucking wolf. I'm sure they are stoked about that. So,
Thanks for healing this fucking wolf. Warcar,
So-
you are hilarious. You know that.
yes, I mean, yeah, yes, that is the thing that I know. Thank you very
Pendrin.
much.
Pendrim, I would like to thank you for all the information that you have shared with us.
Of course, but don't go blabbing it to anyone.
Oh,
Yes.
I realize that you have a secret to keep, and I honestly, I'm very thankful that you felt that you could trust us with this information.
Also,
The only reason I
nobody-
trust you is I feel a connection to you as a fellow druid. I don't think that, in the interest of protecting life, you would start blabbing about the return, so to speak, of the dragons.
It's-
True.
It's not a huge problem anyway. No one would believe us even if we tried to tell them. And I have no intention of being lynched by an entire town of finicky people. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I'm not telling anybody. No one will believe me anyway. Your secret is safe. Giant nature, the giant living life dragon.
Well, friend, I guess we will let you do as you do throughout the day. We have a long journey ahead of us.
Oh yeah, I have to tell somebody in town that I won't kill them when I get back.
That is true. You did threaten him.
Oh, I straight up threatened him. That was not a threat, that was a promise. But I have to tell him that, okay, I'm going somewhere else now. You don't have to warn the town.
Well, if you ever need us and you can find us, we're always open ears.
Very well. Do you need help going back to what was it?
Holden
Holden
Hall.
Harbor.
I mean, it would be pretty neat.
Yeah, we'd
Very well.
appreciate.
Come over here. And he walks over to this tree. What's this? Is that what it's called? Okay. And when there's a couple of words in Druidic, Nietzsche would vaguely understand them as pass through or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't given that one much thought, actually. And he sort of grabs your paw, Nietzsche, and he walks into the tree, leading you behind him.
Whoa. Warcar, dagger, follow me!
Okay.
You see, as you're watching, you see both Pendulum and Nietzsche like sort of disappear into the tree. There's sort of a ripple effect. You know,
Yeah.
as what happens when people warp through objects.
Yeah, production value is really good.
Yes. You follow suit.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking to
Warcar?
me?
I'm talking to Warcar. You're already
We
gone.
go.
Yeah.
We're going.
I'm assuming, unless you want to make him let go of your hand because you're scared or something.
I'm here. I'm holding hands with the wolf and with the bear.
All right, so you all, like a very nice big family, warp through the trees, and you end up just a little bit ways north of Holden Harbor.
Bom bom, bom bom, bom bom, bom.
Pretty much. You are no longer in the wilderness.
Okay, we are here now. That's great. I mean, magic is real, so it's not like Warcar is like super unprepared to deal with like teleporting. Right?
That's fair.
Well, if
Magic
we're
is real.
north of Holden Harbor, as we
Mhm.
make our way into town before gaining provisions, if I look at the farms and stuff, do they look like they're healing?
They do.
Very
And you
good.
look at them, and where there was very obvious blackened squares or crops, you see some more green and even a little bit of orange and red start seeping back into the ground, into the various vegetables and such.
I would like to find a farmer, grab a handful of seeds, plant them with him, and cast Druidcraft and do that for a couple hours.
All right.
Warcar, I'm going to help these farmers get jump-started on their growing again.
Okay.
If you want to try to go into town and find us a way to get to the Empire capital faster, that would be most appreciated.
Okay. First things first, I'll make sure the person whose life I threatened understands that I will not come to kill him. Also, to inform him that he does not have to run like a coward, because all of the evil that is out there is not coming here, but is actually going somewhere else. That's correct, right? It's going to the capital, not here.
The big-ass dragon
as-
is.
As
Rest
far
of
as you
these
can
is-
tell,
uh-huh.
any of the undead that would have been still around have been taking care of Pendrinum.
Oh dear.
Pendrinum, seeing that
So they're gone.
you guys
basically?
are from this area, yes.
Or what?
From this general area of like around Holden Harbor, where like most of the undead were in the first place. Pendrinum, as far as you can tell, has taken care of them all
Okay.
in one way or another. Remembering, Dagger used to be undead, but he is no longer.
Okay. Well, yes, I'll be up to that, making sure that he doesn't have to run, and making sure that he doesn't tell anyone that I threatened his life, but who fucking cares? Anyway, so you help the farms. I will try to make sure I am not arrested. Yeah.
Dagger
We'll have
actually
fun.
pipes up. Oh yes, I'll be going back to my tribe.
You have a tribe of wolves.
A clan or tribe, either one. Let's.
2018, man.
I'm sure they'll be stoked, as you say, to hear that I am alive.
Yes, they will be mad stoked, my lupine friend.
Very interesting turn of events today.
So anyway, Dagger walks off. Pendrinum also says his goodbyes because he's not going to just stick around watching you guys for the next few years.
I throw him at Dragonic Gang. He knows what it means.
He actually roll performance.
Wait, me?
Yes, you roll performance.
That's horrible.
Eyes, and he walks up to you, and he mutters, kids these days.
I didn't
Don't know how any of this stuff works. And he takes your hands in his, and you are absolutely powerless to resist him correcting literally every single thing that you just did wrong with the gang sign. And it's almost unrecognizable, but He seems satisfied with himself. And yes, that's much better. Don't you forget, or I'll have to slap you.
Oh yeah.
You saw those undead earlier.
Okay. No, I get it. Cultural drift, but yes, I understand. So thank you. I do greatly appreciate you showing me the way. And I will take this to all the pimps and players out there to make sure they know the.
Very, very well. Anyway, bye. And he walks back through the tree.
Okay, well, he's gone.
Walker is pissed off at himself for fucking up the gang sign, but he's also glad that he now knows the better way to do it.
So, yeah, you go do your thing, and I'll be out here helping the farmers for a little bit. Before we leave this town, I want to make sure that they're well on their feet.
Yeah, that sounds good. I will probably get some after I make sure that we won't be arrested. I will also try to get some shut eye. So, because last night was a long night. So yes, it'll be a short rest though. So that's what I'm doing. That happens for a while.
Okay. You take your short rest. Are you taking it before or after you search through town for huckleberries?
Okay, so first I'm searching through town to find Wildberry. Can we just skip that? Do we go through that? Do we go through the whole process?
Yeah, we can go through that. So you're walking through town. No. I have everything about this planned out, and I want you guys to understand.
Okay.
So you're walking through town, right? You go to the south toward like what would be called the center of the town. Like there's a little this area right here. All right, the kind of plaza area. And in the what is it called? The gallows. That thing where they're like bent over, and their hands are cuffed inside of the thing.
Oh yeah, one of those.
And their heads, not gallows. What was it called? I don't remember. But you know what I'm talking about. Stocks. That's right. There you go. You see Huckleberry, and he notices you. He's like, you got me into this. Get me out.
Oh.
I knew they wouldn't believe me.
What? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah. About that.
Let me out.
Yes. Please let this idiot out. He's a coward, but he's not a bad guy. He's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. So, should I roll persuasion?
Yeah.
Probably won't work.
They don't know you.
Wait, actually, what did he do? Maybe he did some shit while I was gone that I don't have to take responsibility for. Could someone please tell me what this asshole did? Please.
And as we all know, the dragons have been gone for a very, very long time.
Okay, so I'm gonna
disturbing the peace, so we had to lock him up.
Okay, so are you gonna kill him or just keep him there? What's happening?
No, not going to kill him.
Okay. So how long are you going to keep him here, if you don't mind my asking?
We'll keep him here until he's hungry.
Until what?
Appropriately slow. Until he's hungry.
Oof. Okay, buddy, you look pretty fat, so I think you're good. You have a good time. You have a good one. I'm not gonna come and kill you. You're fine. Deuces, friend.
Pay them off for something, please.
I'll pray to the god of parties for you. I will pray to Susano and to Andrew WK. They will both look down on you. You will party in the maddest raver after this. I swear.
Are you like also walking off while you're saying all
You bet your ass I am. Fuck this guy.
Wait. Yes. When he gives up, once you
Warkar,
that you're ignoring him. The guard that's posted to watch over Huckleberry is having a great time.
Okay. So I don't have to have him on my conscience. He'll be fine. He's not gonna die. Everything's fine. He got what he deserved, I think.
It's at this point, you see Volithor actually running up to you. Hey! Hey!
Hey,
What's your face? Warcar!
that's my name. Don't worry about it. I forget your name too.
Volithor!
Volathor, fantastic. Good to see you.
We were actually about to start heading south back to Marble Rock for some more trade runs.
What's trade runs? Nietzsche isn't with me right now, is he?
That is correct. Nature's still about here-ish.
More trade runs, huh? There's some stuff is going down. It's been a bit of a kerfuffle if you haven't heard about everything that's been happening in town and what
I've
and a
heard
certain-
this one. And he points in the general direction of the stocks.
Yes. Well, I am somewhat responsible for that, but I would argue
yes,
that
yes. Don't take responsibility for that. Shh.
Yeah, you see, you get it. I like it. Anyway, so about all of that, point is, we may be going towards the capital the capital, and we will be leaving soon. I'm not sure if it is more efficient to go by land or by sea, but if we are parting ways, then for now it might be goodbye.
Well, I did enjoy your company for the short time we were. It's not
my
often we
friend.
see other dragon.
Yes, it is very rare. Though recently I have been seeing a embarrassing amount of kin, so I think while I greatly appreciate your presence, I could go for a while without seeing any more scaly people, especially in such large amounts. And anyway, you take care. Okay, so really quick, out of character. It would not be more efficient to go by sea, would it?
Absolutely
Or how-
not. Marble Rock is directly south.
Okay. So they're
the
going on the
empire we're
boat.
trying to go to is northwest, if I remember correctly.
That is correct.
So there's no point in me trying to first ask Nietzsche what his opinion is.
If your goal is to go to the capital, then no, not really.
All right. And there's no other goal we would have, is there?
I don't know.
there?
Mm.
I don't know, he says.
You guys are the players. Also, while you're talking with Volithor, you notice that his scales are a golden bronze.
Right.
Just an interesting thing you note. It makes you shudder a little bit.
Oh, good God. Okay, so wait a second. Putting two and two together. Math, lots of math. Oh, God.
All of this is like happening inside of your head.
Yes. Okay, so actually, my friend, you maybe might consider hanging out. No, actually, would he even still be here? He left already. Okay. Warkar has a lot on his mind. This has been a very intellectually taxing day.
Oh yeah.
That's fair. Well, Warkar, you see Volithor, he throws up the same gang sign that you had before Pendrinum corrected you.
Okay, so wait, is he doing the correct one?
No,
Okay, I go
not
in.
the one that Pendrinum did.
Okay, so not the one that Pendrinum did. So
Yeah.
do I have to correct him? Is that a thing
You
that I have?
don't have to, but
But he is doing it wrong
you
though.
you know.
Okay, so I correct him, and I learned this from a man that had a long beard and knew this sign better than we did. Let's call him Biggie Smalls. But trust me when I tell you that this is the correct way to do this. And
No.
also tell as many people as possible. Do not keep it on the down low. Make sure that everyone in the hood understands.
Wolf,
You
like,
understand me?
looks at you. He's kind of like squints his eyes. Are you high?
Only on life. Jesus Christ, I actually
Right.
said that.
Well, you good luck on your
Please-
travels,
please-
Warkar. And he like pats your back. Very
Please
cautiously.
understand. Okay. Great. Okay. It's been a long day. Don't condescend. It's nice seeing you. Goodbye. Have a nice one.
Right.
And he goes in to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand back.
Alright. I do the correct gang sign back. I don't care if he does it. I'm just
He
going.
does his best to do the correct gang sign back, but he's not very good at it.
It's fine. Let's just. Alright, so I've taken care of any business I've had in town. I'm just looking for somewhere to hole up, maybe have something to eat. Actually, I don't feel like spending money because I'm cheap in every game that I play. So,
You're also,
wait, do I have to?
you don't have to eat anything because you had a good berry.
Oh yeah, okay.
Satisfies
cool.
your
You're
hunger
just
for
always
a whole day.
a whole ass day, dude.
It's basically a
Such a
senzu.
broken spell.
Especially if you're playing actual wilderness survival D&D. Most DMs
Exactly.
ban it.
Gotcha. Okay,
Which
so
makes
I'm just gonna
sense.
find somewhere to rest up then. Just like anything, I don't care what, just something cheap and out of the way.
Easy enough. You walk back into the tavern, and you have yourself a nice hour-long nap. And with that, our friend the bear, tending to the farm out the gates of Holden Harbor, Warcar going to sleep finally after a very long already day of learning far too much, far more than he ever wanted to know about literally anything. Especially anything having to do with the past, or his god,
Yep.
or his lineage, or magic.
Warcar is 1000% done with today, or at least this part of.
Warcar goes the fuck to sleep. That is where we will pick off next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I knew we were playing DBZ. I'm just joking. Be right back. Alright, appreciate everyone coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time. And until next time, we'll see you. Peace.